Hey everyone, this is Wingspan TT, and it is time for Sword of the Samurai. This is a game I played yesterday that's pretty awesome. I just want to share this with you because this is one of these, I record hundreds and hundreds of hours of matches, but realistically, how much can I actually commentate live before my voice goes sour or before I fall asleep or say something accidentally racist? We all know what it's like to say something accidentally racist. And here I'm playing the Samurai deck, which I enjoy, even though it's extremely, I can't say it's consistent by any means. It's basically, I don't even know. Basically, you either stomp the other person because you got Umezawa's Jite, the most overpowered equipment card of all time, or you don't get it, or your opponent stops it somehow, and that's it. I'm here with some Wather's Bourbon, which I am new to bourbon. I've always been a wine person, but the guy in the store recommended it to me, so I thought I'd try it, and I have to say it's very smooth, much better than some, I don't know, just random crap whiskey you throw in there with some make a mixed drink. I don't know anything about whiskey. All I know is that my opponent knows I have Umezawa's Jite and he's sitting on enough mana to counter, and I'm paranoid enough to believe that he's got the only counter in his deck, but of course he's got removal. Now, personally, as a blue player, I don't like to use removal like that. Like, I would rather wait until my opponent swings with the creature, or until he drops an equipment and tries to attach it to the creature to use removal, but hey, I can't fault him. That definitely set me back. Here I got some options. I could play the GTA again, but I'm just thinking the whole time, like, he's got a counter. He's got the only goddamn counter in his deck. So I kind of want to drop the Hatamoto. I'm thinking about also dropping Devour Retainer, or do I get the Terramorphic on the boards? The next turn I get 4 lands, and that's the plan I decided to go with. And here's the second last gasp. Say that 4 times fast. Last gasp, last gasp, last. I can't do it. Can't do it. I've seen that Daisho's been playing his deck a lot, and I can't say I'm surprised because he does have a card in his deck named after him. Definitely not the other way around. Definitely not the other way around. Daisho sitting on here. Lobotomy. Lobotomy. So it doesn't even matter if he had the counter. He had the ultra mega counter. He gets to look at my hand, exile any card he wants, and then go through the rest of my deck and exile it. Of course, I only have one Jite. I'm pretty sure he's going to take the Jite. He could take Lightning Helix to get more cards out, but Jite is gone. Goodbye. We'll cry for you, Jite. Anyone who's watching who plays Magic the Gathering on Xbox 360, this is your heads up that the top tier tactics Xbox 360 Magic 2014 Duels of the Planeswalkers tournament for October. Registration is starting October 1st. So if you are watching this video, odds are you can go to toptiertactics.com and register for the tournament. We're going to be giving away Microsoft points. I'm going to be giving away the last of my E3 prize packs, which include some limited edition E3 only shirts. I know it doesn't sound crazy, but it is crazy. It's really cool. Got a lot of shirts. You can only get E3. A bunch of t-shirts are really cool. Your friends will be like, yo, so much swag. And there's the counter squall. So see, I was right. He did have a counter spell in his hand. He was getting ready to counter my Jite all his turns ago. Yesterday, all my equipment was so far away. I need some more Wathers. It's fairly high proof, but it just doesn't have that burn that I think you're used to with some, like, crappier spirits. So yeah, I mean, I don't have enough experience with whiskey to really rate this against other whiskeys. All I can tell you is that I have Lightning Helix in hand, and that rat is going to be eating it. Of course, I knew I was also getting Call of Glory, so I was like, well, I'd rather save Lightning Helix for something else. Use the Call of Glory to get 2 things done here. 1 is to kill his guy, and 2 is to get some damage through. 2 damage through. Either way, his guy would die, and I would get extra damage through. The difference is that Lightning Helix is more versatile, so I want to leave it open for later threats. Now, there are a couple things in Dimir that I can't easily handle. Wait, what the hell was I talking about? I was talking about whiskey, bourbon, before I was talking about the tournament. You should go sign up for the tournament. Yeah, this is just really good. And if anyone who's watching knows more about whiskey than I do, and you have any suggestions for things I should try, please let me know, because I know absolutely nothing, and I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to throw the money at bottles, so just tell me what's good, and I'll check it out. I will consider checking it out, I should say. Someone's gonna be like, hey, Wingspan, you ever try gasoline? That's the coolest whiskey I've ever seen. Sword of Fire and Ice, right off the top of the deck. That's what I was probably going to fetch before, when I went with my Steel Shapers. But the Steel Shapers didn't work out, so now I gotta play this turn like a chump. And I don't think he's got any artifact removal in his deck. And you're going to see I have a huge misplay coming up. Huge misplay, which is going to cost me the game. Wait, oh, it doesn't cost me the game. It's just that it cost me a card that shouldn't. He's got Dire Undercurrents, which is kind of scary. Like, he could start just, like, wrecking me. Like, if he played a black spell right now, I would lose Lightning Helix. You know, just in general scary. If he had 2-color card to play, then he would get a huge card advantage. Basically, he needs to kill my stuff. And that's also part of the reason why I don't like using removal so early in the game with the last gasp, because was Hatamoto really that dangerous to him? Like, was it really something that he needed to be afraid of to take 1 damage a turn? I don't think so. I would have held out, and here we go. Now I got the equip cost, and here's where I fuck up. So I equip it to this guy with my plan of I'm going to use the fire ability of the Sword of Fire and Ice to destroy my other 1/1 so he doesn't get followed footsteps. But the Sword of Fire and Ice grants protection from red and blue. So if I had equipped it to the other guy, it would have caused the enchantment to fall off, because protection causes enchantments to fall off. So instead I'm forced just to kill my own guy. And even now, even if I had still realized that I could have just not done it and then just equipped post-combat, but I kind of fucked up. And now the game's pretty much over. The game's over. Memo DL. Here's the memo. Here's the DL. He's getting both the DL and the memo that he's about to lose the game, because Call of Glory and Lightning Helix in hand with a sword in play. Not looking good for him. By the way, my full deck guide for Sword of the Samurai is now live on TopTierTactics.com. So if you want to hear what I think of every single card in this, like I wrote like a paragraph on every card in this deck, and I put up my sample deck build, and I talked a couple paragraphs about like the overall strategy for this deck, like how you got to get in the weenies early, how you got to recover in the mid game, what to do late game installs. It's all there. And yeah, I could do a video about it, but the reality is, like, you can't scan a video for information. Now here I also fuck up, so I'm just fucking up all day long. So I had 2 Lightning Helix in hand. I could have just burned them to the face twice, and that would have been that. And as soon as I cast this, I said to myself, like, oh, I had 2 Lightning Helix. Like, I could have just killed them. So I wasn't really paying attention. Maybe I was drunk. I said oops to him, even though he doesn't know what the hell I'm talking about. There you go. He draws a card, discard a card. He gets a Guides to Matter because I was burned in the face. And that's pretty much it. So the moral of the story is, get some whiskey, sign up for the Xbox tournament, read my deck guide, send me money. That wasn't part of it, but you feel free to send me money. And of course, learn from my mistakes, because I made plenty of mistakes in this game. Everyone on Wingspan, TT from TopTierTactics.com. I hope you'll come to the site and check out all the stuff I just talked to you about. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll send it to your friends and enemies, and I hope to see you next time. Cheers.